Right, we are back, and I'm on the wrong screen. There we go, there we go. Right, back doing some more Thailand. I am well chuffed, because anyone who is in the Discord server will know that I fixed my virtual mouse, which is amazing. I've got my trusty PlayStation controller here, get that turned on. Head on back over to our main menu, and I mean there's still some things that we need to work on. We'll talk about that in a second, but if I just pop this into full screen real quick, we can see I have my cursor moving around, and I can see if I could do this backwards so you can see the controller onto there. Bang. This is the weirdest way I've ever played a game, and I can play stuff down. Look at that. And I'm going to talk about how I made that work, because it's basically meant I trashed the entire way that I was doing input handling. But I can still work with the mouse as well, and everything is behaving as expected. I think I should be able to pause with start. Nope, I cannot pause with start, so we'll make that happen. I have got turn fast forwarding set to triangle, or is it right trigger? It might be right trigger. Yeah, it's right trigger. So that's great. Things are in place and things are working. I'm just going to turn down the music in my ears real quick because it's a bit loud. But we are on good form. Just make sure everything is going right with the stream. And we are good. So let me stop playing real quick and we'll talk about what the issue was so that I can document it for both myself in future and anyone who comes back to watch this and is potentially also needing a virtual mouse. Hold on, my blind is tangled and that means I can't get more light for my camera. There we go. That's better. Now my face is illuminated. Sort out my headphones. Okay, cool. So what I was doing before, and I think I deleted the file. Yes, I did delete the file. Let me just pull it up real quick. There we go. So we had this player input controller, which, you know, you can't actually see it on the screen because it's so small. But let me see if I can scale this up and potentially zoom in a little bit. I can't. We'll open it with VS Code because I want to... Oh, I can't because it's in the bin. Okay, well, let me kind of just vaguely talk about what the script was doing. Effectively, the purpose of this script, and I understand it's like way too small on screen to actually make any sense or be visible, but it was handling all of the input. So I had a player input component on the player controller, and that was firing off events for all of the different input to this script, and it's got some callback methods which basically just fire off a coroutine for handling the interaction, handling activation, and also one for setting the mouse position, so that I could then grab this in this script to do a raycast from the camera to check what's underneath it, see if there's a tile there, blah blah blah. That's not technically this way that you're supposed to do click interactions using the new input system. The preferred way, the ideal way, the way that it should be done is using the event system, which, you know, we were looking at yesterday, this component here which fires off these interaction events. So what we're supposed to do is use these things like I pointer down handler, I pointer enter, exit, click, blah blah blah, all those things, so that the system can keep track of what things are being clicked. I didn't like doing it this way originally because it kind of in my head goes against single responsibility, such that I don't want to have the responsibility of handling a click on something in the grid tile or handling the input, but in practice that's not actually what's happening, because it's not responsible for handling the input, it's just responsible for handling what its response to the input should be, and so it doesn't make any validation, the violation of single responsibility by doing this. So implementing I pointer down handler instead now, I'm basically doing the exact same thing, but it makes it a lot simpler. So I don't have to do any of this raycasting or checking what's underneath anymore. I can just have this on pointer down method, which gives me an event data for the pointer, and with that I can check if I've clicked with the left button, click with the right button, and then do the right things that I need to do based on that. So I've created 2 new coroutines on the grid tile class for this one place tile on self, which, as you would probably guess, grabs the top building from the deck, checks if we have something already on this tile. If we do, we cache it, then clear the tile. If the cached building was different to the tile that we're placing down, then we update the tile with the new building. Otherwise, if they were the same, we destroy both, because that's the system that I'm using for tile lands, is that if you place the same building onto... Oh yeah, if you place the same building on top of that building, it'll destroy it. Otherwise, it replaces it. And of course, if there's no tile already on that slot, then we just set the occupying building to new building, and that's fine. And then we fire off the event like we were before. And it's a similar story for the activating. Activation is just a lot more straightforward. We just, again, grab the tile from the top of the deck, destroy that tile because it's the spent card effectively. We're having to spend that to do the action, and then we activate our activatable entity, and again fire off the player place building effect event, which is used in the game manager to switch what our current game state is. So that's cool. That meant that I could pull the player input controller out of the game. Hold on, my cat just came back. He's gonna not shut up now while I'm streaming. Or he might be friendly. Well, I should get like a cat cam and have it up on his spot on the sofa now that I'm working out of the living room. I could have an extra webcam just pointing at the spot he likes to sit on over there. Have him on screen. Anyway, so that's great. That means that all of our input is working. Things that we still need to do is we need to still set up the correct behavior for switching between the mouse and the controller, because at the moment it doesn't do that. So yeah, we need to work out what's going on there, and that's going to be something in our virtual mouse controller script that we were talking about yesterday. I imagine probably what we'll want to do is not use this input system.onActionChange, and we might instead just want to fall back to using the on-device change. The only issue with that is, like we established in the last stream, using on-device change doesn't pick up like changing which device we're actively using. It just changes like it's just when a new device gets connected or disconnected that we do that. So perhaps that's just what we go with. If you connect a gamepad, it will use the gamepad until you disconnect the gamepad, and then it will switch back to mouse. I think that should work. So let's have a look here. Oh, that might be a helpful thread actually. Get this zoomed in so that you guys can read as well. There's nothing in the current API. I mean, this is a little bit old, but most of it still seems to be like at a high level the same. Can associate multiple devices to a single user and get the current device with some jank. Input system.on event. I'm not 100% sure how that works. Okay, so we could look at on event in the docs. I'm going to look at this input user class. And ideally, I want to be on the 1.5.1 tag, because that's the version we're using. I wonder if there's some static properties on this. I kind of want to find out. Input user. That is a thing. Dot. Don't need on change. On unpaired device used. I mean, that could be interesting. There's maybe some stuff there. Although I imagine what we'll have to do is actually just create an input user and then switch between a bunch of stuff there. Again, let me zoom this in. Oh, it's just absolutely started tipping it down outside. Full on hailing. Nice. Literally. And now it's super dark. Look at me on the camera. I might need to up the exposure. I'll make that decision in a minute. For now, I'm going to focus on this. So before I read through that more, I'm going to continue to read through this. Yeah. Yeah, this is kind of the thing. So one of the reasons I wanted to use the player input class, but I've had to not because it doesn't pair nicely with the virtual mouse, is because it's got this functionality built into it to detect the devices or know which device is currently being used, and it fires off an event for when that changes. But I can't, yeah, like I said, I can't use the player input class because I'm not, it doesn't pair nicely with the virtual mouse. Oh, here we go. Jumping ahead to 2023. Using input device dot display name to check this, but it sucks to rely on strings for comparisons. Yeah, I don't really want to check it how I'm checking it yet, because the main problem that I'm running into as well is that we're getting the same event being fired by our PlayStation controller repeatedly, which is not ideal because that means we're getting this behavior where it flickers between the mouse and the virtual cursor constantly, and that's, you know, that's exactly not what we want. We want it to just switch smoothly between when we change, and maybe that's just not going to be possible, in which case we maybe do like I was saying before, we just switch to using on device change or on device yeah, on device change. Oh, it is on device change. Noted when new devices are added or existing devices are removed. Or, I mean, there is the option of specifying an input that can trigger change. That is an option. That is an option. I'm not sure it's an option that I want to use, but I'm considering it. I'm considering it. So we could say something like, I don't know, start, or the equivalent of start on the gamepad is the join button for the controller, and then enter on keyboard or something like that. Keeping all this in mind, we probably want to add in some input remapping as well, but that's going to be a whole other story. I don't want to monitor events, I want to see the type of events. State events contains the input state for a device. A delta state event, wait. Where do I get these events from? Where do I get these events from? Ah, jeez. I swear, every time I stream, I yawn. It's terrible. God. Have mercy. Have mercy. Creating events. I don't need to create events. I would like to monitor events. If you want to do any monitor, so I can just listen to the on event callback. And that means I can probably grab state events from that. Okay, this could be, we could be onto something here. So state event contains a full snapshot of the entire state of a device in the specifics, in the format specific to that device. I think I think I am not going to be able to do it the way that I want to do it. Because I can check here if the action is performed. I actually want to know what this action is that's being performed. So we can do the cast. If it's not virtual mouse, acting device is this. With action. And then let's put, actually, you know what, we can get rid of all of this and just say action is, and I'm going to take this and I'm going to put it inside our gamepad section, so it only happens when we're using the gamepad. I don't need to do any more of these debugs because I already know what's going on. And we'll just debug action.displayName is that thing. Action dot oops. Don't want ID, don't want the name. It's probably just name, isn't it? Yeah, sweet. Let's get name. And this is making me think probably I will want to change this to input action dot or like do an if action. Yeah, so if we have an action and that action is triggered rather than if the change is performed, that might actually fix our problem. That would be cool. I'm gonna do just some testing here to see if we get a difference, because we may well. Action is navigate. Action is navigate. Okay. So can I just like take this off the event system and that fixes my problem? It may well fix my problem doing that. Oh my god. That's brilliant. There we go. We did it, boys. We did it. So we've now got virtual mouse which moves around. Everything is working properly. And we can bring our mouse back at any time. All I want to do now then is on that change, I'd like to move the mouse to the position of the cursor and then have the cursor also move to the position of the mouse just for consistency. But yeah, everything is working, which is nice. Oh yeah, that's satisfying. That's satisfying. And I'll also need to add something into the settings menu so that you can change the cursor speed. Because it's very, very slow on 4K displays, but very speedy on 16:9 displays. Look at that, zoom in. It's almost quite nice having it that quick, actually. That would be like my preferred sensitivity, because you can also like do mini touches. I could just sit here and play now. I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of tempted because it's a bit fun. Let's get my sound effects volume all the way up as well. Although I think we're going to have the issue come back here. Yeah, because the input system is still got all the event system, still has navigate enabled on it. I do want to check though, if... actually, you know what? No, I'm gonna just take the win, because I don't need the navigate action to be enabled, because we're not doing any UI navigation with the virtual mouse. We're only doing selection, and that's it. So cool, take that off the box. So the next thing that I want to do, now that we've got a virtual cursor working, is use that device switch to also update a bunch of UI stuff in terms of being able to display icons for controller versus icons for keyboard. So we are gonna use our good man Kenny, because we love Kenny and Kenny is king, and this is perfect. This is actually perfect, no way. Oh my gosh, that's actually perfect. Kenny is a Don. So we're going to use these icons with Text Mesh Pro as a what am I trying to say? Brain. As an icon glyph, which we can sub in dependent on which device we're using. So we're going to want keyboard and mouse, and then probably I want generic. But I would want like generic. Let's have a look here. Yeah, we've got no generic like north, south, east, west buttons, which ideally is what I would like. Although we could potentially make some tweaks. I wonder. Yeah, because this is using oh, my brain is not with it today. This is using the D-pad rather than north, south, east, west. Although, like, it theoretically wouldn't be that hard for me to just make my own. Or I can just use... Oh my gosh, it's got controls for the Wii. That is amazing. Flares and overlays. Ooh. This is amazing. I mean, Kenny, come on, my guy. Stop spoiling us. I think probably it's going to be just use the Steam Deck controls, because I think Steam Deck probably lines up with Nintendo Switch. ABXY, yeah, it's only PlayStation that's the odd one out, so... I mean, I could do a check to see if... Like, do a switch on the display name. The idea of doing a switch on the display name doesn't make me the most happy. Steam Deck is definitely the most important device, though, because that's the other platform that we're... Oh! Haha! Amazing, they're in the Nintendo Switch. Kenny, I love you, friend. So, let's go into our graphics and sprites, UI elements, and I'm going to drag and drop it into there. We are going to use keyboard and mouse. I'm just going to drag in the default. We're already at the end of the Neversong soundtrack. So I'm going to have to queue up some different music. It's not a very long soundtrack, but I love it. I could just put on Yeti Caves from Spelunky on repeat. I think probably it's Hollow Knight though. Play next. Whoop, changing the wrong screen. Cool. So we've got our keyboard, mouse, and then I also want Nintendo Switch. We'll grab the default. I'm imagining that it's going to be a difference between like file sizes or file resolution, sorry. So default, let's have a look. We are 64 by 64, 128, 128. So maybe I want to use double. I'm going to just drag and drop the double in so that I've got them. Right. Ooh, it's a lot of icons. Let me just open up the double. I'm going to keep them all for now. They're all Sprite 2D, good, and we want them to be 128 for the pixels per unit. hit apply. And then let's do the same for the controller icons. Double. $128. Apply. Alright, so what controls are we actually using? Because I can never remember. We are using button south, button east, button west, and button north. And then we're using right trigger and start as our pause button. So do I want to use the outlines or do I want to use the highlighted? I mean, I guess I can do both. There's no reason why not. And then I can switch easily between them. So I'm going to do create text mesh pro and I think sprite asset. Fantastic. It's created me one sprite asset. Lovely. I don't think I can add multiple sprites to one sprite asset, can I? Can I have multiple sprite assets on one text mesh pro? That's a good question. No, I can't. Oh, that's going to make things a little bit more difficult. Okay. Let me pop open Photoshop. And what did I say we've got? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, technically 7. So it's going to be 128 tall and then 7 times 128. 869. 896. There we go, cool. And we are going to dump all of our symbols in here. And actually, I probably should have made it double the height. So that I could do keyboard and mouse as well. But to be fair, I could just duplicate the artboard. That's no problem. Alright. Nintendo Switch, double. And I think I will go icons. Oh my gosh. Regrets. Down. Left. Right. Up. And then... I think I could probably grab the stick from elsewhere. I am going to use the outline ones because it better fits with the visual style of Tilelands. Up. That's 4. I wonder, can I have you... Cancel. I'm going to use Illustrator instead. I feel like I get on better with Illustrator. New file. You know what, let's do 256. 256 times 7 is 1792. And this is going to be input devices. Cool. Real quick, I'm just going to go and put a background on here in black, and I'm going to lock that layer. Cool. Let's go up. Down. Left. And right. And then let me just name this artboard. Window artboards. I want to dock this down here. There we go. This is going to be controller, generic controller icons. And make sure that music isn't too loud compared to my voice level. I think we should be alright. It's a little bit loud. There we go. Yeah, that's much better. Cool. Right, back in we go. I would like to look at the generic stick. That's a joystick. We got horizontal and we got vertical, but we don't have both. So I might just grab generic stick. And then we also need trigger and start button. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Perfect, yes. So for the trigger, I might actually just grab the Steam Deck right trigger. Yeah, I can just use R2. And finally, start button. real quick before I lock in on that. Which version of TextMesh Pro am I using? Also, why does it always close my package manager? Like, I always use the package manager. What are you doing? TextMesh Pro 3.0.6. You're telling me I could upgrade TextMesh Pro as well? Yeah. Burn it. Yeah, I think I am gonna have to just definitely use... Yeah, okay, that's fine. That's fine. So, which start button do I want? Oh, wait, unless... No, it's all individual files, no sprite sheets. I think. Certainly looks like it. I'm going to just do a quick run through. I want to confirm that there definitely is no full sprite sheet. Kind of like that as the start button, not gonna lie. Yeah, no sprite sheet. Cool. Oh, I should be using the vectors, shouldn't I? Right, okay. Start again. Let me just get rid of all of these. Wait. Do I necessarily want to get rid of these? I'm so indecisive. Let me have a look at the vector file for the Nintendo Switch. Go away. Oh, it's just opened it in its own file. Yeah, nah, forget it. I'll just use the use these ones because I'm feeling lazy. I would like the generic... Is there a generic start button? I feel like I've already gone through all of these and there wasn't a generic start button. There is not a generic start button. Flares are cool, though, I will say that. I don't think the playdate has a start button. Maybe we do just use the PlayStation series. If there's a start icon that doesn't have start written over top, that's ideally what I would like to use. Or I could just use the one that says start over top, because I think it'll be universally understood. Perhaps that will be a mistake on my part, but what is it on the Steam Deck? Oh my gosh, there's so many Steam Deck inputs. Okay, but there isn't like a dead giveaway start button. Start button on Steam Deck. There would be that one in the top. So the options. Yeah. That's fine. Okay, in that case, I am just going to use PlayStation double start. Like so. There we go. Bang. And actually, you know what? We're going to extend this out. The artboard, that is. I would like it to be an additional 256. An additional 512. Two 304. Ronit, hello. Hope you're doing well. Right, for this, I would like the keyboard. And I would like the enter key and the space key. Enter. Why did it do that? I'm not dragging the SVG, I'm dragging the PNG. Bro. Oh, it's because I'm trying to drag it onto a lock layer. Boof. And I'm tempted to go over the top of this and this and use the font. In fact, that's probably what I'll do. Get this guy lined up, more or less. And then we're going to round all the corners. Like so. And that way I can use the Open Sans font, which I think is what I'm using in here. Quicksand is what I'm using. Going to use Quicksand Bold. I'm going to up the vertical spacing. Something like that. Yep, that's cool. And then you know what, we're gonna recreate this one as well. Image trace is absolutely not gonna let me do what I want to do though. In fact, it won't even let me trace. Object. Bruh. I might just have to trace it by hand, that's fine. Gonna be there. Then we got, whoops. Another one like that. We are gonna combine. And we're gonna round. Not this one though, just the external edges. And then we can take our start. Whoops. Change that to enter. I'm going to make it black so I can see. Which layer are you on? You're on layer 2. There we go. And then we can remove the difference. Wait, I need to object expand, and then I can there we go. Got there in the end. And now enter doesn't look like a real word. Honestly, that's something. That is something. I think the last thing I wanted was space. So let's just go ahead and make a quick space icon. Meh. Whoops. I want it to be 8 pixels wide. Or like close enough to near as damn it. Because otherwise you get these like annoying overlaps. Join these all together. Once again, not this corner, not this corner, all the rest get rounded. And we're going to cut out the front. And you know what? We could even... I was going to say we could even give it like some shadow, but none of the others have some shadow, so we're not going to add some shadow. Bro, please scroll normally. That is all our icons, I believe. I think we should be good. I think we should be good. So now I can disable that background layer. Bro, good. No weird black outlines. Fantastic. I'm going to save that on my computer. I'm going to just save it to my documents for now. And then I'm going to export 4 screens to desktop, Unity projects, tile game mobile assets, graphics, sprites, UI elements, input icons, choose, export. Input icons, here we go. Sprites, it's multiple sprites. Pixels per unit is 256. And we're going to go into the sprite editor and automatically slice okay. Grid by cell size, 256 by 256. Perfect. Our spacebar is a little bit off center, but I can live with that for now. Let's apply those changes. And we're going to name all of these. This is going to be button north. Button south. Button west. And button east. Stick L, right trigger, start, enter, and space. And you know, if I'm actually thinking, I probably should add mouse as well, and left click and right click. We'll need those eventually. Let's add them now. Let's add them now. We've got an hour left, more or less. No, I won't add them now. I won't add them now. I'll sort out the base first, and then we can add them. Right, let's create a shader. No, what am I talking about? Text Mesh Pro sprite asset. Amazing. Cool. And then, so where I want this to be used is going to be on my game over text. Nope, not my game over text. on my tutorial on the button on the next icon, I would like to drag in this. Similarly, on my so I started thinking about how I'm actually going to write the code for doing the switching, and I've got an idea. I'll talk about it in a second once I go onto the pop-up, not that one, the HUD. No, the tutorial is updated. Fast forward, it is the HUD. This one we are going to add a generic asset, because then we can do whatever the command is. Did I close the tab? I think I must have closed the tab. Text mesh pro use sprite. Need to make sure I do that. Ooh, okay. That's good to know. So let's go over to the project settings, onto Text Mesh Pro settings, and let's set our default sprite asset. Cool, cool. Pop our thing in there. Lovely stuff. And then I just need to know how to actually use the sprite. I'm pretty sure it's just a sprite tag. And then the index of the sprite or the name of the sprite. And I think it's self-closing. Let's have a look. I'm going to go to the fast forward text. I want to make sure it's enabled. Button or space it will be. Okay, it's not that. Internet, please help me out here. Sprite with a lowercase s. Sprite equals name equals sprite name. Yeah, cool. Can I self-close? I can't self-close. I don't need to self-close. But I do need you to be in quotes. There we go. So, that's not quite working. Not quite working. Let's have a look. That's offsets. Bum, 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 bum. That's the size, cool, so that's something I'd like. Let's maybe go with 2.5. Oh no, we'll go a bit bigger than that, we'll go 3.5. 125 on the advance, and then the, or actually we can give it like a 250, offset it on X by 10, and offset on Y. $150. Interesting, interesting. Center instead of space. Good, yeah, that looks much better. It's still not quite right though. I think probably we need to, way careful, we need to do some stuff here, so you should be more central. And possibly a little bit bigger. That's fine. Oh, forgot to disable the background again. Now my offsets have gone. We go 215. 215 looks good. Cool. Enter's fine. Space looks fine. Right trigger is fine. What did I call it? Did I just call it stick L, didn't I? Nice. That's everything, I think, isn't it? Start. Nice. Cool. Okay. So now I need to actually make a thing that will update all of this where I need it to. So what I was going to do is Yeah, how do I want to do this? Because I don't really want to make a... I mean, I guess I could just make a... Yeah, I guess I do that. I'll make a script. Yeah, I'll make a script called hold on. I'm gonna switch to some Hyrule music. Hollow Knight's getting too intense for me. Yeah. There we go. Right, let's make a... Let's make a component. So this is going to go under my UI components. I'm going to call it control icon switcher or control icon text. And we're going to have a serialize field, private text mesh pro UGUI text component, serialize field, private string text body, and then I think that's probably it. Or well, no, I want to have a serialized field private I'm thinking about if I want to make a component that can support multiple sprites or multiple entries, because it may well be the case that I want to have like button east and button west showing in one thing. So I probably want to have like generic strings that map to different controls, although I'm probably just overthinking it. I don't think I need to be that that crazy. Oh, nah, here's what we can do. Let's make a public struct, and I'm going to make it serializable. And this is going to be called control string mapping, because then we can have a list of this control string mapping, control string mappings. like so. And in here I'm going to have a public string key and a public dictionary of virtual cursor controller dot device type to string, and this is going to be device control device icon mappings. Skulvers, hello, welcome. I am slowly making my way through dynamic icons for my game Tilelands so that I can have full controller support and thus full Steam Deck support, because we're like 2 categories away from being officially supported on Steam Deck, and most of the people who play the game seem to be running on Steam Deck, so ideally we want to be supported on Steam Deck. Oh dear. So what I would like to do is have a public void update. Okay, first of all, on my virtual mouse controller, I've got an event on game device changed, which we are firing off. And that's just taking a boolean. I don't want it to take a boolean, I want it to instead take a device type. And that way we can just pass an active device. I think that's probably going to give me some errors elsewhere, because my confiner is expecting a boolean. So let's just have that take a device type instead. Device type, and we can just say device type is equal to gamepad or controller device type dot. Oh, I don't want that device type. What's the game about? Tilelands is a minimalist city builder similar to games like Dorfromantik and Panorama, where you score points based on tile adjacency rules. The added twist is that some tiles have merge rules, and you also get little people that wander around and can upgrade tiles as well. So you're trying to build an engine effectively in the tiles that you've got on the board to score yourself as many points as you can per turn and shoot for high scores. Virtual mouse controller dot device type. There we go. Thanks. The game is actually available to play already. It's out on Steam and has been for a few months now. It came out on the 1st of November. We're currently working on the version 2.0 update, which entails much balancing, many new features, new tiles. The game currently includes 30 tiles, maybe 20, and we've got practically double that planned for the new update. New quests like the engineer, who has extra tile activation features, new late game progression, better features for existing tiles. I'm very excited for it. Like, it was supposed to be coming out this week, but I was a little bit unwell and had some life changes that I needed to take care of, as well as general business updates as well with the studio. So there's been lots of other stuff going on that's meant I haven't been able to get the stuff done for the update, but I'm finally in a position where I can, and we're doing it, and things are coming along nice. I may well try and finish off the stream with doing a playthrough and seeing how far I can get. So stick around for that if you're interested in seeing. cool. We are going to have public void, and actually this doesn't need to be public, it could be private. Private void update. Update text, I guess. Thanks very much. I appreciate that. It was, it's my first commercial project. Not my first game, mind you, in terms of actual working. I've been doing game development on and off for like near to 12 years at this point. And yeah, I finally said last year, let's actually do this. Let's stop procrastinating, and just got the game done. And I got really super fortunate, and it was played by Real Civil Engineer, and also played by Alexa on YouTube, and that really helped in terms of like marketing the game, because I hadn't done any marketing for it at all, really. And that really pushed like sales and attention, which is, you know, half the reason why I'm actually doing a 2.0 update, because I think if it didn't have somewhat of a player base, it wouldn't be worth me necessarily putting the extra time into it. I'd be working on the next project more actively, which I'll be doing work on the next project in tomorrow and Friday's live stream. Potentially not Friday because it's a bank holiday in the UK and I might take the day off, but at the same time, you know, we gotta work. Doesn't do itself. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. But yeah, we'll be working on the new game tomorrow and Friday, and then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday I'm working on Tilelands on stream to do the update until it's finished. And once the update is finished, I'll move over to just working on the new project exclusively. So yeah, make sure you subscribe if you're not already, so you can keep an eye on new updates coming. Right, so this update text context is going to take a device type, not Unity engine.device type. We want virtual mouse controller.device type, device type, and then that means that in awake we can say virtual mouse controller dot on instance dot on game device changed plus equals, and let's just do some null check on here so that we don't have some issues if it doesn't exist, and we can say per update text content is the callback that we want on there. Can I not have a null check on it? I guess not. Oh wait, yeah, I want to check if instance is null, not if the thing is null. Am I going to have to just do it explicitly, or am I messing up the syntax? If virtual mouse controller.instance is not equal to null. Yeah, I'm just going to have to do it like that, okay. And then on destroy, we want to make sure we unsubscribe from that event, because it's very important that we always unsubscribe from events. Otherwise you're going to get issues with events firing multiple times. Cool, and then in here we're going to do some string interpolation. Where I want to say text component, oh wait, no, I want to do a for each var mapping in control string mappings. If or maybe I can just do text body dot replace. No. String new body equals text body. like this. And then we're going to say text body dot replace mapping dot key, and we're going to replace that with sprite name equals mapping dot device icon mappings dot or device icon mappings device type. I think probably to be safe I want to do get or default. Yeah, get value or default. Device type. Cool. And then we can say text component dot text equals new body. Okay. And then we just put that on anything anything that's got text. And the way we can then set it up is, I mean, I'll demo with the fast forward button. So let's go on the fast forward text component. I am going to drag and drop our new control icon text. We're going to add a new string mapping. It's got key, but I haven't got the dictionary. Whoa. Which is a little bit annoying. I would quite like to have the dictionary on here, and I thought for sure I would because I'm using a serialized monobehavior. Odin serialize dictionary. I wonder if I make it a class instead of a struct, does that make a difference? Just like to see if it's an Odin idiosyncrasy. Not by the looks of things. Okay, that's fine. In which case, maybe I have a dictionary of string to dictionary virtual mouse controller dot device type string like so. And then I'm still replacing mapping dot key, and this is going to be mapping dot value. And I can just bin off this entire thing. Amazing. Odin comes in clutch. So I'm going to add a key for enter in all caps. And I am going to have the value for gamepad be start, and the value for mouse be enter. So these strings that I'm putting in here line up with what we've got in our sprite asset. And then in my text section, the text body, I can, instead of having a straight up sprite tag, I can just say, I can throw in my square bracket, enter, close square bracket, keyword, and it will replace that at runtime. And then just to make sure everything's good in start, let's fire off this event update text context with, and we'll do another null check as well. Make sure we've got a virtual mouse instance. We always should, but just in case, and we'll use virtual mouse controller.instance.active device so that we get our initial state. Okay, let's give that a test, shall we? Yeah, let's give that a test. Moment of truth, everybody. I'm going to go to my main menu again so we can kick this off. I'm going to start by using the normal mouse. New game. It says start to fast forward. No. Oh, wait, hold on. It says start to fast forward. Start to fast forward. Start to fast forward. Bro, why? Can't spell. Let me throw a little debug in there. See how this goes. And this will likely be the last thing that I do. Let's finish debugging this and getting it implemented, and then we can wrap up the stream. No reference exception. Oh, of course, I'm not setting the text component Adobe. Let's do that in await, shall we? I'm going to add a, not read only, require component type of text mesh pro UGUI, and then in the awake we'll grab a reference to that text component equals get component text mesh pro UGUI. Cool. Let me just make sure that I'm not missing anything else. Yeah, the dictionary is initialized because we're doing that in the inspector. Everything should be hunky-dory. New game. Amazing. Okay. Almost. Almost. Enter to fast forward. Yeah, so it's not replacing the string. Returns a string in which all occurrences of specified string in the current instance are replaced within the string. Cool. Yeah. So does that mean that my mapping doesn't line up? Game UI, HUD, fast forward. Oh, my dictionary's empty. Why is my dictionary empty? Because I didn't actually add it. Adobe. Let's just add it in there. Key, enter. Value for gamepad is going to be enter. No, start. It's not start, it's right trigger. And then for mouse, we're using space, I believe. It may well be enter. Nope, it is space. Good. Space and right trigger. Okay, now Now we should be good. So, starting with mouse. Bro, why? Let's have a look. Okay, we've got all our mappings. That definitely lines up. Updating the text with our device type gamepad. Still the same. Very confusing. Throw in some other debugs. I'm gonna debug.log effectively this whole thing. Mapping.key with this, so then we can see actually like what it's trying to replace with, because maybe it's that this mapping.key doesn't line up, or inside the square brackets it doesn't line up. In which case we need to figure that out. Yeah, no, replacing enter with sprite name equals space. So it knows what it's doing. Does it return a string? It returns a string. New body equals. There we go.
Come on, only 10 more runs. No, broken again.
Papa, how are you?
So we need to start with text body, and then we're going to say new body equals new body dot replace, so that we can go through everything.
New radio. I've just sent you some money with remedy.
Now we're getting there. Now we're getting there.
Can we?
Thank you, Beta. Yahoo! Check this out.
Oh, Papa, I've not seen those moves for a while.
Send money with Remitly. Send money that moves them.
New game.
Authorized and regulated by the Financial Conduct Authority.
Ah, I forgot to close it. Damn. Let's make sure we do that, shall we? That's quite funny. It is working now though, which is fantastic. New game. There we go, space to fast forward. And if I switch, R2 to fast forward. Amazing. That is beautiful. So I've got a slight problem with this, and that is that this isn't usable in like the tutorial. Because the tutorial has hard-coded strings. So we need to make a... we probably need to make some parent component that has like a bunch of... It basically has all of those things with a method get value for device that we can pass through. So maybe let's do that for the tutorial. but everything is working. Oops, that's not what I meant to do. Put some mountains down here, I think. Got a wasteland. I'd like to add some new music to the game as well. I think maybe we'll do that on the stream tomorrow to switch things up a bit. We'll just write some new music. Get a little ocean going. Anyway, enough of that. Let's see if our save load system is still working. Should be. Whoa, darn it. Immediately hits new game. Oh god. Right, okay. So yes, what we need to do is have some I mean, we could probably just make a... Let's just add a static class in here. Public static class. Or perhaps I don't even need that. Let's just put it in its own little section down here. We'll have a private static dictionary. Which is going to map. It's basically going to be a copy of this. And this is going to be s_default control string mappings. And it's going to equal a new this. And we can start putting our elements in here. Which I believe we do like this. Enter, and then new. And this can have virtual mouse controller dot device type dot gamepad. And now the question is, do I do the whole sprite name, or do I just do like the name of the sprite? I think I just do the name of the sprite. What is the name of the sprite? Oh dear, enter, start. And I do need to specify the full thing, do I? There's no argument given that corresponds to the required parameter value. Yes, there is. It's right here. Oh, of course. I need this to be in yet another pair of curly brackets. Mouse. Enter. And we're basically going to have one of these for every key. So, I guess this can be start. Or, what's it going to be? It's going to be continue. So that's button north on the gamepad, enter on the mouse. We're going to have, I don't want these to be all caps, continue. Oh, you know what? We should probably make these static strings. Private, static, string, public, static, read-only, string, continue, key. There we go. So, controls that we have. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Amazing. So we've got continue. We've got interact. We've got cancel. We've got activate. We've got move. Skip. And what was the seventh? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Move, interact, cancel, skip. Continue, pause. So, continue button key, button north, enter. Interact button key on the gamepad is button south. On the mouse is left mouse. Let's just copy paste this 7 times. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's do cancel. Button east. Escape on mouse. We'll go after cancel, activate. Button west on gamepad and right mouse for mouse and keyboard. Move. Left. Stick. Mouse. And then skip. Right trigger. Space. And finally pause. Start, and once again escape. So then we can have a public static string get icon key for input we'll pass in a virtual mouse controller and a string for the input key, and then we can return or yeah, we'll say var mapping equals s underscore default controller mappings dot try get value if s underscore default mappings dot try get value, and we're looking for the controller dot, no we're not, we're looking for the input key will out var mapping, then we can return mapping dot get value or default for our controller dot active device. Otherwise we return an empty string. Or actually, you know what, let's just return the input key. Cool. So then in our tutorial controller, we can actually do some string concatenation here. So we can do press control icon text dot get icon for input, and this is going to be our virtual mouse controller dot instance, and the input key is going to be control icon text dot interact button key. Very nice. And then we can use this all over the place. Some tasks have special. Try activating this monument by pressing make sure we string concatenate, and we want to press activate button key over it. I think that's it. Cool tricks. And let's go ahead and add a similar thing onto the actual pop-up. So in our game scene, let's go onto the game UI, tutorial overlay, modal, button, and this next icon, let's give it a control text icon. I am also going to want to have this content size fitter. Component has a type of layout group. Component child layout group should not have a content. Oh yeah, of course it shouldn't. So we can remove that. And I want to make sure that this is controlling the child size, width and height. Next icon. What's the button gonna be? It's gonna be continue, I think. Yeah. Let's do that. Add. For gamepad, the value is going to be triangle, button north, and for mouse, it's going to be enter. Very nice. I think that should all be good. Let me just go onto this content size fitter and make it do preferred size on the vertical as well. Alright, so let's give everything a test. So I'm going to start with the mouse. For stage 1, we'll use the mouse. I need to make sure that I reset the tutorial. Let's do that. Settings, reset tutorial. Nice. That's yeah, that's real handy. Can I not recolor sprites in that case? And do sprites also not conform to text sizes? Button, next icon. Okay, they do conform to font sizes. It's just way too big, but they do not conform to color. Okay. That's good to know. I wonder, can I do like, is there a color property? Okay. And yeah, I probably just want it to be black. Or like close to. Something like that. Yeah, and then I just need to get it to not be quite that big. Which probably means a font size of like 20 and some top padding. 35. That just doesn't look good. Looks better like that. So I can press enter and it skipped, but that's just a problem. Yeah, next the color property in the text. I will figure that out. Let's switch to the virtual cursor and see if that's working on my other stages as well. Oh wait, press left mouse. Oh yeah, I haven't got left mouse. That's good though, so we know that it's looking for left mouse in there. I'm gonna ignore it. Yep, that's got the north button. Oh god. And I can press it and it works. Let's just go through just to prove that that's working. Triangle. And it is button north. I know that that's going to be hideously difficult to see on screen. I apologize. Plonk that down there, and finally this one. And now we should get... Congratulations, your ocean transformed into a lake. Keep an eye out for other possible upgrades and transformations. Will do. Blah blah. Ah, yeah, that's try pressing right mouse over it. I'm not using my keyboard and mouse, and it's using the wrong thing. Could I? I could. Okay, right, let's do this thing then. Wait a minute. Oh, I'm an idiot. We don't need to pass through this anymore. We can actually use the instance because it's static, which is beautiful. And then we just also want to set the color. So what I would like to do is say var icon color equals text, or maybe I just hard code it. I don't like it, but we're gonna do it. Icon color hash. Can't spell. Oh my gosh, it's 5:04. I need to wrap this up. Right, let's just go through and do this real quick. Outside the quotes, color equals escape quote icon color hash escape quote. Okay, and then let's just grab this, Control C, and paste that in on our other location. Interact. And then in my control icon text, I think we can just do color equals text body dot color Can I not access the color property of a Text Mesh Pro? Or is it called something different? Vertex color. Not text body. Text component. Text component dot color. There we go. Alright. And then I think what I probably want to do is, in my game scene, on this button, because otherwise it's going to look absolutely ridiculous, button, let's just go on the next icon. I'm not going to auto size it. We're going to give it a size of 20, possibly even a little bit smaller, maybe 17.5. We are going to put the pivot at 0, at 1 for the button. And then we're going to set the position like slightly high, 12.5, and that way when it scales, it'll scale downwards and won't overlap with the thing too much. Right, okay, let's give this a final test. What's this null reference exception? In-game HUD view. I'm ignoring it. Let's hit the play button. And I'm going to start with controller. New game, R2 to fast forward. We're going to ignore that because it doesn't need to be there. Welcome to Thailand. The color is still wrong. But also, the height is way off because I forgot to add the margins back in. Why is the color still wrong? Whoops. Game UI, tutorial, modal, button, next icon, color. Oh, it's because it's passing it through as an RGB, not a hash. Right, okay. Let's fix these two issues real quick. Back in the game scene, on the button, game UI, tutorial overlay, modal, button, we are going to add some padding to our text. Next icon, we're going to add 35 on the top and the bottom. If I can remember where that is. There it is. 35 on the top and 35 on the bottom. And then we are going to go back. Did that save? It did. Back in our controller, we want to get the color dot. Oh, well, we want to get it as a hex, don't we? So color dot. Ooh. I wonder, Unity get color as hex. Amazing. Let's do that. Boom. Returns a hexadecimal string. Let's make sure we stick a hashtag in front of it, because I don't think it gives us back the hashtag. That should be everything. So now we can finally test. Main menu scene. Let's full screen it. Again, I'm going to test with controller first. New game. Woo! We did it. Woo! Look at that. And it switches when I switch. Cool. What is that? My brother in Christ. Okay, we're gonna have to we're gonna have to scale down these icons slightly, but that's fine. Okay, so we know it's working. We know it's working now. And I can still click this button or press the button on the controller. Triangle in there. Going ahead. Bang. Triangle. Triangle. This way. Good. Playing upside down is difficult. Let's play backwards instead. Up. There we go. Look at that. This is a bug that I need to fix because I won't be able to place anything there. But that's fantastic. That's like really good progress in terms of getting everything controller supported and making Steam happy, because that actually ticks off one of the issues that Steam has for Steam Deck compatibility. We now have icons showing up for controller instead of just for mouse. And we have a virtual cursor working perfectly that's switching between mouse and controller when you do the behavior. So that is a pretty good place to wrap up. I've got to run off and do some stuff. So thank you very much everyone for coming and watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, join the Discord server. There's a link down in the description. Make sure you subscribe. I'm streaming every day. I'll definitely be back tomorrow. Like I said, I'll maybe be back on Friday because it's bank holiday for Easter weekend. We'll see. I don't know. If you're in the Discord, you'll know. So yeah, thanks very much for coming, everyone. I will see you in the next one. Have a good one.